Our next guest took her passion for cooking and parlayed it into a whole thing. This is her second best-selling book. It's called More is More, Get Loose in the Kitchen. Please say hello to Molly Boz. Christmassy. Should I open this?
Yeah, I brought you a present.
It's not going to jump out, is it?
No.
Okay.
But it's edible.
All right. Is it an ear cleaner?
No.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, wow. It's cookies. Really interesting looking cookies. You baked these, I assume?
Yeah, I made them this morning.
Oh, what is in here?
Okay, so these are the brown butter pistachio halva chocolate chunk cookies from More is More.
Wow.
And I figured that
Oh, my God. It's so good.
a good cookie is a sign of a good cook, and so...
Is that true?
I think so. It's like a roast chicken, a simple salad, a chocolate chip cookie.
Wow.
If you can nail those things, you're probably a good cook.
Well, I feel like I want to eat the whole rest of this,
for
but
you,
I will
for the
eat
kids,
this.
for the fam.
No kids.
Take 'em home.
Kids do not get any of this. Thank you very much. Is there a recipe for this in the book?
Yeah, it's in the book.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah. Well, is that your favorite cookie?
No, I don't eat those cookies. I hate chocolate.
What?
Yeah. Just
Hold on a second. You
things about-
actually hate chocolate.
Yeah, like have a strong distaste for it.
What did
Can't
chocolate
eat it.
do to you?
Nothing. I don't know. I don't recall a specific traumatic experience growing up, but it's just like the worst, most bitter, painful thing for me to eat.
Wow.
And so that's actually the only recipe I have ever developed that uses chocolate.
That includes chocolate.
Because I was like, I gotta make a chocolate chip.
That's a very confusing, I have to say.
I know.
It really is.
I try not to talk about it a lot, but here we
I
go.
wouldn't talk
Here
about
we
it
are.
ever again either. In fact, we're going to edit it out
Yeah,
from this
okay.
broadcast, so you
Run
are
this
never
back.
questioned again. I used to watch you when you were on the Bon Appetit Test Kitchen.
I heard.
You would make the videos, and Brad Leone and you guys would make stuff, and it was like the book. It was loose, is what it was. It was a little
very
different.
loose in the BA Test Kitchen, yeah.
And the idea of getting loose in the kitchen means what? You don't have to wash your hands?
It's about kind of letting go in the kitchen and embracing cooking as this like imperfect process that is really stressful if you try to follow the rules really tightly. And so my first book was kind of all about like laying down the groundwork and teaching good technique. And this one's like, just loosen up and like give a pinch of this and a pinch of that and a glug of that and taste your food and season as you go and cook like a real cook like a pro.
Like grandma also, too, where you never really get a recipe.
Yeah,
it's just
no,
like, I don't know, a little of
The
that.
recipes are loose here and they're meant to be followed according to your taste so that you nail it every time.
Were your parents good cooks?
No.
No. Neither one of them.
And I know they're watching, so this pains me. I love you guys.
Do they think they're good cooks?
No, but I don't think they want me to be like on television saying that they're bad cooks either. But it was, we ate modestly growing up.
Like, what kinds of things would your parents make?
It was either like, it was a rotation of like meatloaf, Swedish meatballs, chicken cutlets. There was always a green vegetable and it was normally peas. My mom would serve me like a little white ramekin, we still have the ramekins, of frozen peas for dinner. And I was always just like baffled. Apparently, she says that I asked for them frozen, but like that's psychotic. And so I would eat frozen peas and whatever the main course was and a glass of milk.
I went through the book. You had a glass of milk every night. Milk is my chocolate. I find it disgusting. I will not drink milk.
Well, so do I. And it was hard to get it down. And actually, the way that my dad convinced me to drink milk was he used to drink Rolling Rock. That was, I don't even know if it's around anymore, Rolling Rock.
Sure it is, yeah.
Back in the day, he had a Rolling Rock every night.
Yeah, sure.
And so he would splash my milk with Rolling Rock in order to get me to drink the milk.
What?
Because I loved the taste of it. Like, I was like, this is yummy, beer. This is disgusting, milk. If my milk tastes like beer, I'll drink it.
This is
8 years old.
Not only is this vile, it's illegal. Your father should be in jail.
That's true.
Wow.
He's really
That's
old.
a crazy, terrible, terrible combination, isn't it? Have you tried it as an adult?
No, I'm too scared. I mean, it sounds spoiled.
What was your first professional job cooking?
So I worked in restaurants for like 7 years before I went into the Bon Appetit food media days. And so I bounced around from a bunch of different restaurants. I did everything from like British gastropub cooking to Middle Eastern cooking. I spent some time in fine dining restaurants.
What was that like working in the fine dining? Is it like we see in the movies and television?
It is. It's
Yeah.
like on Chef. And it was miserable.
Yeah.
And I did it only because I was like, this is how I'm going to learn. I didn't want to pay to go to culinary school.
Right.
And so I was like, I'm just going to power through.
People will yell at you.
They'll yell at me. They'll treat me like and I will learn everything I possibly can. And then GTFO.
Did you work on the line? Did you have a...
Yeah. So I started on the pasta station.
Okay.
So I cooked all the pastas. It was like a tasting menu restaurant. And then I made my way up to the fish station, which is like, you know, in the hierarchy, a step above, because fish, of course, is like quite difficult.
Right, yeah. So you just cook fish all day?
All day, just like there'd be 4 dishes on my menu. It was like salmon, trout, scallops, and a sea bass. And it was just that on repeat all day.
You have scallops in here, I noticed, as your like last meal.
Yeah.
Your idea, like if you were to ask for a last meal, it would
Yeah.
be scallop. The scallop
think
looks
about that a
beautiful
lot.
in there. What else is in your last meal?
So my last meal, it starts with, so the appetizer course is always a seafood tower,
Okay.
which I think everyone can respect.
Sure.
A Caesar salad, which is my favorite salad in
Great.
the world, one of the greats.
Goodness.
Bread and butter
Uh-huh.
and flaky salt, and those would be the appetizers. And then I would do rotisserie chickens, these particular scallops that are drenched in this garlic parsley butter.
Yeah, that's a good looking scallop
I
right
mean-
there. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
And then potatoes 2 ways, bowls of aioli, lemons, lots of dill, and we're done.
This is a huge, huge last meal. I mean, it's when you like when you die, it's going to be a mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
What's your last meal? Do you have one?
My last meal, oh boy.
You
Well,
have to choose one. I mean, you can see it can be pretty big.
I think my friend Chris Bianco makes a beautiful pizza. I would love to have one
Which
of those.
pizza?
The Rosa, maybe.
Okay, of
My buddy Adam Perry Lang makes a brisket that I would definitely eat, and or a short rib,
Yeah.
and a bowl of linguine and clams. That would be.
white
There'd be no
clams, obviously.
salads. There'd be no desserts. Nothing.
balance.
Just like get right into it and die.
Respect. Same.
That's how I would go about it.
Same.
How did you fall in love with cooking in the first place?
It was kind of a gradual process, but I think I lived in Italy. I did a study abroad program, as lots of people do.
I hear they have really good food there.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. They know how to cook. And I lived with in a family, actually with a widowed old woman named Graziella, and did a homestay because I wanted to be immersed instead of like staying in the dorms with the Americans. And she taught me how to cook, really.
Really?
She was like alone all day and I would come home from school and she would just have been like stewing something all day or like making her tomato sauce. She had gone to the market every morning. And I was just like pew, pew, mind blown because, of course, peas and milk is where I come from. And so just like my eyes were open to the reverence for ingredients and like the rituals around shopping for food and cooking and like taking all this pleasure in a way that I had never seen before. And it just kind of something clicked in me. And I finished my degree, but the whole time, the rest of my college years were just spent like teaching myself how to cook in order to prepare myself.
Did Graciella contribute in any way to this cookbook?
So she's not in this book specifically, although like her spirit is in me.
Okay.
But in my first book, her pomodoro sauce recipe she passed down to me, and I published it in Cook This Book, which is my first book.
Beautiful. Well, congratulations. I know this book is very popular. It's called More is More. Get Loose in the Kitchen. It's out now. Molly Boz, everybody. Thank you for being here, Molly. We'll be back with Dwight Yoakam.